Welcome to POS, the podcast you've never heard of, but boy, now that you've heard of it, yeah, it's like heroin. I've never done heroin, but I hear when you do it, you don't just do it once and go, you're like, I want some more of that sweet, sweet heroin. With me, as always, is my co-host, the donkey of comedy, Bobby Tamburo. We'll get to see him now before he becomes this mega star because he's touring all of the Ohio this weekend. So watch out for that. He's a big star, and he's gonna be on there. I'm touring all of the One Cellar restaurant in Boston. We're doing big things, the two of us. But hey, if you don't know the show, we find out who the POS is in stories. We have guests on with us. We have fun. But before that, please go stop what you're doing and then go order yourself some Silk City hot sauce. It's the silkiest and hottest sauce in all the land. Jeff, who's the best, messaged me today and said, dude, I listened to you on WATP. It was like the funniest fucking episode I ever heard. And that guy knows good stuff because he makes Silk City hot sauce with the finest ingredients. So when he says that, it's great. Other people would message me and I'm like, you're just saying that because you're a jerk. I don't know. I don't know. I got a lot of compliments. We'll talk about that later. I still don't know how to handle them. I read every comment on YouTube underneath that episode, waiting to see someone say something mean. They did, and I felt better. And I was like, whew, there was one. And it wasn't even that mean. It wasn't that mean at all. But go over there, SilkCityHotSauce.com. Support them. They have tons of sauces. Just check it out for yourself. I'm not Vanna Whiting it up. I'm not gonna sell the whole thing for you. You look at all the sauces, all the fucking labels, all that stuff. Check it out. Go use the promo code POS and save yourself 15%. Give it as gifts. Keep it for yourself for the barbecues. The fall's coming. You can pour it on pumpkins. I don't give a fuck what you do with it. Buy it. Use the promo code POS and save 15%. And while you're doing stuff, might as well go over to the Patreon. Every day we seem to get at least one more person. Well, not then we lose them, but it's a decent amount of people. I mean, if we had a baseball team, we'd have bench. We'd have some bench. That's good. Like if you have a baseball, then I go on other shows and they're like, yeah, I just bought a car with my Patreon money. I go, I just tipped the Domino's guy with my Patreon money, but I have to owe Bobby now because I use his half for the tip. But I'm saying is we're doing good stuff. Go over to Patreon, sign up for it there, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Be here now when it's a small little thing, when it becomes a big fucking thing, and you're like, I was there from the beginning when they had shitty guests like Dave Hintz, our guest today. Our guest, I was gonna have Bobby do it, but Bobby's better than having to say Dave, so I'll do it. Bobby can say things like Dan Mitz, because that's the name that the host brought Dave up to on the show we were on this weekend.
Yeah, that was great.
He said, here he goes. He performs all over New England. Keep it going for Dan Mitz. And Dave's like, is there another guy in the show? I'm like, that's you. Went up. But Dave crushed this weekend. He fucking crushed.
Dan crushed.
Dan Mintz fucking did so well.
Fucking killed it.
He did great. Bobby, how are you?
I'm good. Living the dream. I'm tired. I had a late spot last night.
Yeah, but according to Instagram, you're a killer that cannot be followed.
Yeah, I mean, once the crowd got past the Muslim joke I made right out the gates, things got better pretty quickly.
Anything to do with Muslims entering gates?
No, the thing is, okay, the comedian before me was a Jewish comedian, right? And his whole set was about dating Jewish girls and how fun it is for two Jews today. And there's two Muslim dudes and their girls in the full get up, hijab and everything. And they're laughing their asses off. So I just got up on stage and went, do you guys think that was funny? And they were like, yeah. I was like, well, Allah's watching. So you fucked up. They laughed. Those four thought it was great. The rest of the room did not. They're like, oh boy.
You had a bunch of lifeguards on that show. I hate that. The other people watching go we can't laugh. They're offended, but they're not. They're fucking laughing.
The fun, high energy Jew's gone, and the racy guy who wants to kill himself with no energy's up. Let's strap in. But
you should have told the people not laughing to get a hijab.
Nah.
That would have been great. Just double down right away.
Yes.
Their
Lord.
But I got him back. I did my dicks jokes, pulled it out, and then I did my thing I do now where I'm like, do you guys still believe in God? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, you fucking better. Because if you four didn't believe in God, you'd be the worst cosplayers ever. What do you do? Just walk around New York City we hate God, but we like making people uncomfortable.
And that joke was funny. What I'm laughing at is out of context. I did my Dick's jokes. I pulled it out.
Yeah.
I was like, that's right after the Muslim stuff.
Yeah, right after it, dude.
So they were mad about the Muslim observation, but when I pulled my dick out, they were like, "We're back, baby. Comedy is here."
My
Was
dick has that
Louis?
effect.
I didn't know Louis was doing LOL. That's great. His dick's out. It's fine. I listened to Louis on Rogan. That was great when they talked about jerk off encouragement porn, but then didn't. I mean, you're talking to him about comedy because he's one of the greatest. If you're gonna talk about jerk off porn,
Seems like he'd be an
you're
authority.
talking to one of the greatest. Like you don't have to say to him like, "Oh, remember when you got drunk?" He would allude to it. He'd say like, "Oh, when I was at my dad's side or when people was mad at me," he would make little. And at one point, Joe Rogan did a thing about like, no one's really ever been canceled. And he just goes, But, like, it was pretty funny. Like he obviously owns it. But if you're gonna go there, I wouldn't say like, "Hey, remember when you did this thing and women got all mad?" I'd be like, "Hey, would this make you jerk off?" How encouraging is this jerk off encouragement video from a scale of 1 to Louis? Because you're like the Michael Jordan of jacking it. Like
Now, are you in this scenario? Are you assuming you're Joe Rogan, or is he on the POS show?
We're just hanging out.
Okay, because if I'm Joe Rogan, I'm starting
in
the
room,
podcast.
and he's trying to jerk off at me.
Well, I was gonna say if I'm Joe Rogan, I'm starting the podcast. I'm saying, all right, head in the room. I'll meet you in there. I'm walking in naked, jerking off, standing between the door and him, and going, "Oh, how the tables have turned, Louis. It's time to pay the piper with your mouth."
Only because Joe List was there, and Joe was so nervous he probably would have worked the balls. Like,
Guys,
Joe,
I just want to disclose I have herpes.
dude, fucking Joe List is one of the funniest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life, on stage and off. But he is so nervous on that show. He literally, in the middle of Louis talking, cuts him off and goes, "Hey, Joe, can I ask a question? Are my 2 appearances the worst ones you've ever had?" And Joe's like, they're both like, "What are you doing?" But he's not even like kidding. The guy is so fucking, the guy does huge stages. He was just a star of a movie. Like, he's living the best life. He loves baseball so much. He got to play for a minor league baseball team for a day because of who he is. It's like, it's crazy. But he's on the Rogan going, "Am I the worst?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?" He's just so nervous that he would definitely work the ball. But yeah, if you're going to have Louis on, ask him about jerking off. I love Louis. But I would ask that question. What makes you jerk off now? We know, like, can you still, because I didn't say it, but I'm going to. The scenario that he built for himself of doing that before, I don't think that was a porn, like, lady uninterested as you jerk off at her. But the fact that he got in trouble for it, I wonder if he jerks off to getting in trouble for it now.
I think there's just going to be a genre of jerk off porn called.
I don't think it's going to be made unless he makes the movie. Like, it's him and Joe List and Tony V coming on the 4th of July or whatever. But no, I meant, like, do you think he jerks off to him jerking off to women and getting in trouble?
Like what are you jerking off to? "Oh, you dirty boy. Well, finish for me." Like that kind of thing.
Well,
No, like-
worse. No, like literally.
clips of people yelling at Louis for jerking off in front of people.
No, that's not. More what Bobby was saying, but like more so how dangerous.
You're saying Tig Notaro's latest special. He just
What did you just say? Tig Notaro. If you just flip the first letters, it is better.
would I screw up?
No, you didn't.
Her last name would be Titteroo.
No, it wouldn't.
That's what it would spell.
It'd be Notaro, which is like a Japanese thing.
Oh, I thought you were flipping the letters. I think
I know.
flipped the wrong one.
I wanted you to correct me and say the thing, but it didn't work.
I feel like Joe should be like, because you know what Louis' big 9/11 joke was, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know how good of a person you were by how long you waited after. That should be Joe's question. So, Louis, not to put you on the spot, but how long after going down did you wait until you jerked off? It's the question we all want to know.
I would have jerked off at the first reporter to talk to me. It's like,
Oh my God.
so what was it like? It's like, well, you know what? Let's get in the
I'll
field.
show you.
Yeah. Strap in, Wolf Blitzer. We're doing this. My favorite name in the history of reporting, Wolf Blitzer, especially during the Desert Storm shit. Oh, that was the fucking best. Wolf Blitzer? That can't be his real name, because if it is, his parents are like, this is going to be the most badass man in the world. Wolf Blitzer? That sounds like a cartoon guy who stabs you.
How disappointed are you if you name your kid Wolf Blitzer and he goes into journalism?
But he went into war journalism, so that's not bad.
Yeah, that's the only thing about that name he got right.
It just sounds like the latest specification of gay. Oh, he's a Wolf Blitzer type.
It's like a bear, but he rushes at you. He's a Wolf Blitzer.
It's like a cross between a cub and a... Yeah. We're on the same page.
His boyfriend's more of a Tig Notaro.
A Twink Notaro.
Imagine, we've all hosted shows. You're hosting a show, you look at the lineup, and you're hoping for like an Alex Smith, like you want that nice easy name, and you get Wolf Blitzer and Tig Notaro. You're like, I'm fucking out. Like, I'm done.
I'm gonna get fired.
You're like, here goes Wolf Notaro. Tig Blitzer. What is? I should.
The worst part is you would think you had it right.
Do it. Do it. Come on.
No, it's not going to be what you think. I was just going to say, what is Tig short for?
Tiggeroni and cheese.
Notaro. I hope it's Tiggeroni and then like N-cheese is her middle name. But I'm guessing. I mean, why would you make that your stage name? What is a Tig? Besides a person that actually was the second worst actor in that Army of the Dead movie.
Oh, I never saw that.
It's awful. And she should be the worst actor in the whole thing. And you're just like, why is Alan Thicke in this? But it's Tig Notaro halfway through. I thought it was Alan Thicke before he died because they look very similar. But it's got Dave Bautista and Tig Notaro. It's like any other actor is like, my back hurts from carrying this goddamn thing. Why are these two fellas in this?
I just looked up her real name, and her name is Matilda O'Callahan. So
what is a Tig Notaro then?
It says Matilda O'Callahan, Tig Notaro, is an American stand-up comedian.
Does it say where she got that name?
No.
By the way, now your laptop's gay.
Yeah, now.
Tig Notaro. What you made that? It must be something to do with. It's got to have lesbian code, like Bobby was saying. Like that's kind of like it's got to be like a type of lesbo.
No, apparently, when you look up where did Tig come from, you just get big.
Where did Tig come from? Catch a Tig Notaro by a toe.
Tig Notaro, affectionately named by her brother as a child. There you go. That's her brother.
Was her brother a retard?
Apparently.
Hey.
Apparently.
Hey, brother, go call Melinda into the room. Tig Notaro! Why would you yell that? It's not, none of that is like Melinda O'Callahan or whatever the hell her name was.
Oh, God. That's a terrible nickname.
Bobby, are you looking up some Tig Notaro stuff? What are you doing?
You looking at porn?
No.
Tig Notaro porn?
I was trying to figure out.
Terrible.
Army's going to jail party is trending.
Who's going to jail?
Army, like the
Army Hammer
military.
Dick Army, one of my favorite names ever too.
It's about big time summer. I'm disappointed. My bad. I thought something big was happening. I thought we were going to be live coverage of something massive.
Army, the whole army you thought was going to jail, like all of it.
I don't know.
That'd be a big jail.
I mean, turns out there weren't any weapons of mass destruction. That's got to be worth something, right?
For sure, you can't send the army to jail. You got to send them to the stockade.
If you send all the army to the jail, then who is going to clap when comics yelled out troops?
Probably the Vietnam vets. They're the only ones who really still care.
They don't go to shows. They don't care. No. Oh, no, Bobby. Who actually cares about our country? Vietnam vets. Who cares about being recognized? All the other troops.
Oh, no, I meant it that way. Yeah. They didn't throw us a parade.
It's like, I remember one time before 9/11, I don't know why I even premised that way, but I think once 9/11 happened, I was kind of like, don't shit on troops for a moment. But I'd always go, any teachers out there? You're the new troops, baby. Anything with a T that you could just pretend like you did something, you just end up killing a kid. And the audience would be hit or miss with what I was talking about.
Kind of like that soldier.
That's weird.
I like that. Bobby, that would have hit harder if Dave shut the fuck up and let you nail that punchline.
It's okay. I'm just sniping like my hero Joe List, coming off his killer performance on.
Are you going to ask us halfway through? This is my worst appearance.
No, we already know when Dave's on. It's our worst episodes.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, we already recorded a Patreon one that I was just fine with leaving it there, but shit. Now that's going to have to be this one. No, nothing will be worse than that. We had that big momentum for like 4 weeks in a row. Dave was part of it because Dave had, like, for us, a decent amount of views. We're still a small little thing. We know that. So when everyone's like, now for the new people that are watching, because they're like, he was funny on WATP, but no one watches this. Well, okay, yeah. And that's why I went on it, to like get viewers, to try to build a podcast. They're like, oh, look at there's no views yet. We know, but for us, it's a process. It's happening. But the week after Dave was on, whoo, man, 2 tall drinks of water, fucking swing and misses with the Colton Duarte and Stevie Lou, which I didn't understand. It must have just been the algorithm because they're both fine. It's not like anyone looks at them and goes, boo. Nice fellows. No one knows who they are, I guess. But
Yeah, not like me.
Yeah, everyone knows who you are. If you watch this, they do.
Dan Mintz.
Dan Mintz.
Yeah, they're like, oh, look, it's one of the things that drives Pat to shows.
That's true.
Boy, that Dan Brown lost weight.
He finally cut his hair. I'm going to be with, am I going to see Dan this week? I don't know. I'm doing show. Oh, yeah, tomorrow. I'm going to do a mic with Dan tomorrow.
Oh.
And then I'm a mic with Frankie Hill on Wednesday. So
what you're saying is I'm off the hook?
You're off the hook this week. I figured after the Thursday, Saturday connection, you were off the hook. Well, I shouldn't say this in case they both watch, but if you've noticed, I only call you for the paid gigs. You've made it to the paid gig thing. The other ones are like, ones are just good at stopping at Cumberland Farms. That's why I have to go for my 13 coffees when we fucking drive there.
Pat, every time we stop and get coffee, I get a small, and every fucking time, Bobby, Pat's like, they cost the same price. Yeah. Yeah, I only want this much coffee. It's not a deal to me. I don't want the rest of it.
It's insane to me that you would pay the same amount of money for. It's not even that much different. It's like an A cup, B cup. It's like, but like get the bigger one.
It pisses him off so much.
Because later on the way back, you're gonna go, I'm sleepy. Well, you'd have more caffeine than you stupid bitch.
Yeah, who doesn't want a lukewarm coffee that's been sitting in the car the whole gig?
You. Yeah.
It stays warm. Dave's car is a sweat box.
That's
it would
true.
stay hot as fuck.
It's broken.
I'm broken.
Just take the amount that I want.
Then I have to go through the whole thing again. We get to the place, the comedy show, and I talked about the Patreon, so you can hear about the show, but like I didn't mention this part, but like, so they asked me if I wanted anything, and they're like, anything you want, Dave, food. And I did say out loud, I go, from here, which I probably shouldn't have said out loud, but then they're like, what? I'm like, I don't know. It wasn't that bad. I don't know. It just didn't seem like I'd want to eat from there. And then I was like, you want anything? And it's the same question I ask every place I perform at. Would you happen to have coffee? I'm like, you have 87 kinds of moonshine. Like, you can't have a coffee. Like, if you don't, that's fine. Then I'm like, can I just go down the street and get one? They're like, you can't bring it in here. I go, well, you don't provide it. I'm not stopping. I get it if I brought my own food in or my own alcohol because I'm now bringing something you sell. You don't sell it. I'm performing for you.
I don't. Suck my dick. I'm
the
headliner. I'm going to bring in whatever food I want to.
Not if they have a restaurant.
Yeah.
And they're paying you, dude. You're going to fucking bring food.
Yeah. What if you have dietary restrictions? What if you were Jewish and you had to eat kosher?
What don't they have?
Now are they going to tell you can't eat?
They have Jew stuff.
The fact that you call it Jew stuff makes me skeptical.
That'd be a great.
I don't ask. I'm not a fucking Jew.
That would be a great heading on the menu. Jew stuff.
Yeah. Why not put it there? Here's things black people like. That's one section on the menu. juiced up. I want that menu. What's wrong with that?
Tip
Like,
built in.
yeah, we see your 60 in white. Here it is, and it's just tuna on rye.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah, we need to get back to that time. We need to get back to the time in life where we can just, it's not racist. It's not wrong to say that's a white guy, that's a black lady. I think that's a chink. Like, that's not wrong what you're saying. Maybe the chink. But like, what I'm saying is, if it was on a menu, it doesn't say you can't order from it, but I would actually go, oh, what's juiced up? And I would look at it, and then like, I'd be like, oh, you know what? I did want a bagel with lox.
Maybe soften it by saying like recommended for the, and then insert.
No, that makes it worse.
What?
The second you recommend it for them, you're saying this is what you want. You're just saying this is Jew stuff, not you're a Jew, eat this. Because then you're gonna get someone going, you're gonna tell me what you're gonna recommend for me? You're gonna recommend something for me? I'm like, well, no, yours on the back of the menu. Like
What if we take it
like the bus?
What if we take it a step further and we just have like separate restaurants, like the Jew restaurant, the black restaurant?
They do it. That's a deli, and then KFC. You named them all.
Maybe just separate sections in the restaurant.
They do. Men's and women's room.
For your dining pleasure.
They had, at that place we were at, they had a ladies' room. It said ladies, and it had like the thing, like the W. And on men's, it didn't have anything. It just had a picture of a boy pissing.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that for boys? Should I put my cock on there? Like, hey, how about this? You guys like this? It's worse than the boys.
You walk in all disappointed. Aw, it's the men's room.
What the fuck is with this?
Just like the menu that Dave proposed, I wanted it to be boy stuff. When I get in here, it should be recommended.
Well, this is just false advertising.
Oh, you're going to tell me? Okay. You're going to tell me you're out of boys? It said Market Fresh Boys on the front menu.
Boycock, market price.
Excuse me, waitress. When I said, can you show me where the little boys' room is? I don't think you understood me.
Bring me to your house. Where's your child? What's wrong, John? I read the paper. There was a boycott down by the building. I get there. All these men are holding signs up. No tuckered out children. Show me the boycott.
Alternatively, you just go to the waitress and be like, what's up with the Hitler picture, huh? Why do you guys have a Hitler-specific bathroom? That's kind of weird. I'm not going to take a shower in there, am I?
I mean, you could. What's up with the Hitler menu? Oh, no, we knew Dave was performing. Dave does so much Hitler.
Pat's been in the bathroom for 45 minutes. Is it really 45 minutes? It seems like you're exaggerating a lot. I've heard it was closer to 20 minutes.
Hey, can you light me in the bathroom? Yeah. So at least some people like people, Dave.
Yeah. So Bobby.
Oh, I heard. You were a solid 20 minutes of the episode.
Just totally didn't even remember that conversation happened. And then I left the room, and Pat tells me at one point, he's like, yeah, he's not coming back. Good times.
I literally said to Dave, so do you want me to light you? And he said, yes, please light me at 15. So before you went on stage, I said it again to be clear, to make you sure you want to light at 15. You said, yes, thank you. And I said, awesome. Can you light me at 30 when I go up?
No.
Like, mm-hmm. And then, but you remember the first part of that conversation?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm up there sweating buckets. By the way, afterwards, the host, the guy who ran the show, whatever, hugs me. I didn't want to be hugged. I'm sweaty. And I kind of like went to like the fist bump or whatever the fuck you want to do. And he's like, no, come on, a hug. And I'm like, all right. Then he goes, oh, you're sweaty. I go, yeah, okay. I just worked an hour on stage. And he's like, oh, and he messages me. And he's like, I guess anxiety and high blood pressure is back in comedy. Like, first of all, Dick, that literally are the two things I suffer from. Like literally every day I take 3 different types of pills for high blood pressure. And yes, I have anxiety. Maybe it's because I perform in like, weird, scary basements in Boston sometimes and not sure if I'm going to get paid. So I have a lot of issues there. And maybe it's also because I'm like, I wonder if this fat black lady with purple hair is going to understand my humor.
She did.
She was fine. She looked like Predator, but she was fine.
Yeah, I was.
Was she fine or fine?
Oh, no. She was not attractive in any way, shape, or form. No.
I thought it was like a bachelorette party, which was really sad because it was just two women.
That's how much of a fucking stupid creep you are. I see 2 women and they have to be celebrating getting fucked. They're just out.
Yeah, but she was dressed with like the hair, and she was dressed like Wonder Woman. Did you not see that? She had like a costume.
Have you not seen women now? They just dress up like fucking cosplay Muppets.
That's fucking weird. That's weird.
And she really wasn't dressed up. She was just black with purple hair.
No, I specifically remember she had the Wonder Woman headband and the red. Yeah, dude.
Dude, where were you?
Yeah,
just
dude.
black.
And then Aquaman was in the back, and we fist bumped at the end of the show.
Dave's like, I remember because I explained to her, listen, man, Wonder Woman is ours. Let me introduce you to a guy named Hitler, okay? Hitler didn't stand for things like this.
I wonder if you're a woman. That's what you are. That's the hero you are. By the way, Dave saying I remember, and then a minute earlier, I don't remember Pat asking for a light for a show, so shut the fuck up. Yeah, but it was fine. But Bobby, your show last night, was Gino there again too?
Yeah, he closed it out. He did well. He did real well.
This is now because you get regular spots at LOL. You guys get.
That's why I keep checking my phone. I put one in. What?
You get to choose your spot, or no? You put in. So you and Gino happen to be performing together a lot, so I just didn't know if it was like a thing.
I think the manager, like the way I got in was Gino just annoyed the manager until he put me on the list. Like I didn't audition. I mean, other people would see me perform, but
no, I mean you deserve it. But I understand what you're saying.
So like, I think there are several times where I've been on a show that Gino's also on, and I think he does kind of look and is like, oh, there's an open spot, somebody bailed, Bobby put in for it, Gino's here, yeah, we'll put them on together.
That's good. As long as you get the stage time, that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I had a check spot, and it went well, so that was a good sign.
You might do a spot tonight?
I put in for one. I'm not going to get it, though.
All right, you want to do some stupid stories and get the fuck out so you can do your thing?
I mean, we have plenty of time, so no worries.
I'm just saying, I'm already hating this episode. Dave's on it, so it's like...
It's one of my favorites. We've been killing it.
Yeah, we know.
Can I, real quick, though, would you say this was our worst episode this week?
Yeah. Even if you said this yesterday, if this show was yesterday, we didn't have any shows yet. I would say that.
So it's gotten worse. We haven't learned from our mistakes. Or
nah.
What are you guys doing differently?
Talking to you.
I'm trying to talk less. Let you carry the ball more, Dave.
It's a good decision.
See, what I'm doing, Dave, is I was trying to explain to Dave like why Frank left, and I was like, because Bobby's mean. And he's like, I've never seen that. I go, oh, I can make it happen, but it's not working. Bobby's learned from his lessons now. And Bobby's not mean. So I was like, I'm on purpose trying to be a dick, saying if I get that Bobby to come out. But now Bobby's like, no, I'm reformed.
I'm not really a bully. My bad.
You are a bull. No. That's why I like you.
No,
You're a verbal bully, but you're also loving. You like to get into a little fisticuff with the words because you're good at it. You joke around.
Yeah. I think it's my autism. I have like a strict set of rules.
Everybody can't keep fucking blaming that shit.
Yeah, I'm not autistic.
Everyone is autistic. Everyone is a little bit autistic.
No, I don't think so. I think we overdiagnose it now because you used to be able to bully it out of people, and now you just have to be like, oh no, he's just different. He's on the spectrum.
Well, it's like everyone's a little bit black. That's what I mean. Like it's not really there, but
I'm gonna beg to differ.
We all came from the black part.
I
read the Bible. Everybody was black over there, and they got over here.
I mean, I'd love to be able to claim like any, but I don't think no one's buying that.
hey, retard, I just said it, so it's true. And Bobby is a religious guy, and he just agreed. I saw his face go, you know what, Pat's got a point.
I was just
Bobby,
thinking,
would you stop
Dave's.
being a dick because Pat's just taking it all out on me, trying to get you to rise to the occasion, and I still fucking lose.
Okay. I was just thinking how Dave was planning to break up with his girlfriend because she's a black lover now. Once he found that information out, I'm like, well, I can't do that. Oh man.
No, single.
I just saw something with the word Negro that I'm like, it went too far. Anyway, all right. This is not really a story. I saw a small little blurb, but I just want your guys' opinion on it. But you definitely can find a piece of shit in it. Okay. First of all, each one of you, but let's try not talking at the same fucking time, Dave.
Dave, you go first.
Good. Dave, if you're out with someone, it doesn't have to be a date. Let's not even make it a date. Let's make it, I guess family would be the best way to say it because now I get the real answer. But if we go family first, you're with your family, you're out to eat. Do you get bothered if people are on their cell phones while you're out to eat? Like not calling or making calls, but literally they could be talking to you. You set up a time to be together and eat. You're out and now they're staring at the fucking phone and not talking to you.
Yeah, I would be, except for the fact that I do the same fucking thing because, I don't necessarily want to talk to anyone either. So
but you know it's kind of rude, whatever. But
I know it's rude.
right.
I do my best not to be the first one to do it, but if someone else fires first, then I don't care.
And I'm assuming that if you go on a date, it's different because when you first start dating someone, you're like, oh, I never go on my phone, and they learn week 3 that you're on your phone nonstop.
I used to be like that. Then I got so good at the conversation of, hey, Bobby, you're putting comedy before me, and that needs to change if you want this relationship to continue. Maybe I'm like, well, I've lost better than you. I've got that speech down to have it. So now I just kind of put it out there. Yeah, I am going to be on my phone checking for gigs, seeing if anybody.
Well, yeah, that's work. That to me, that's what I'm talking about. Is legitimately you and a bunch of people are going out, your family, whatever, friends are going out to have dinner. Not at a bar having drinks, dinner, eating. You're at a restaurant, and then you guys look over and you're supposed to be talking to somebody, and they're just on their phone. They're disengaged. You're not you can just do this at home. You're not bothered by that.
It depends on the circumstance. If it was hey,
I just set up a whole circumstance.
No. In the sense that if it was a planned, we're going out as a family to celebrate something or do something together. We haven't done something in a while, particularly extended family. Then I'd be more inclined like you. If it's just, hey, my brother, sister, and I are in town with my parents. We all decided to go get dinner at one night, and everybody's kind of setting up their own plans. My brother's got his high school friends he's meeting up with. My sister's checking to see if her MCATs came in. You know what I mean? Then I get it. So I get where you're coming from. It's really rude, and I try not to be on my phone, but
I don't think it's rude.
I'm sorry.
Only because I'm not bothered either way. If it's just you and me, Bobby, then yes, I find it rude. If you and I are sitting down eating, unless you say to me hey man, I'm sorry, I'm having a weird day. I just want to stare at my phone and eat. Okay, fine. We probably shouldn't have gone eat together, but whatever. I like conversation. But if I'm out and it's my kids, they're that age where phone is the conversation. That's them talking to their friend. I grew up in a time where that. I'm still at that weird age where technology is still crazy and weird to me. And I grew up. The internet has been half my life and half not my life. So I'm at that weird spot. You know what I mean? Even a little less. But literally for 20 something years there was no such thing. And if I wanted to talk to someone, I had to talk to them or be on a phone. And now the world has that. So I'm kind of I get my kids grew up with it. So if they're at their phone, I know they're not being rude. It's literally what they're doing. But this restaurant called Sneaky's Chicken, which, by the way, sounds like a crazy. I'm going to let all that go because we did that earlier. But Sneaky's Chicken, which does, if you're going to say Jew stuff, sounds like, I know you're probably thinking black, but I don't know, it's sneaky. So that to me is more Jewish. And it's I don't know. It could be fried. But so the Sneaky's Chicken has a thing. On Wednesdays, if you go there to eat, and you put your cell phone in this little cage thing they have on the table so you can't have it, and everybody just has conversation, you save 10% off your meal.
Oh.
What do you think of that?
I get what they're going for.
What are they going for?
They're trying to facilitate a hang or a family time or let's bring back dinner again. And it also makes them unique
They're trying to
And it's also-
facilitate a blurb in the New York Post. They're
That
like, you know
too.
what? We don't have a marketing budget. We'll just cut 10% off
Yeah.
if people do this. They'll talk about it and get them here. Even though it's a really, you know what I can only hope happens? Like there's a guy who needs a kidney, right? And they're like, this guy's kidney's not gonna be good in like 10 minutes, and his phone's in there, and he just lets it go, and he misses the life-saving kidney operation because he was at Sneaky Pete's Chicken, fucking playing their gay cell phone game.
By the way, I love the idea of a guy waiting for a kidney going to get some sneaky chicken. It could be any minute, and I'm like, I got that need.
It's the one thing he and his 6-year-old daughter had in common before he got the unfortunate kidney disease from saving the woman in a terrorist attack, and then her hepatitis went into him. And his daughter's
Dave,
like,
how are you cutting off Bobby's incredible scenario of what happened?
his daughter's like, hey, we just need to, Dad, I just miss getting chicken together like we used to. And the nurse is walking by and she's like, he can't have any chicken at all. And he's like, we need to sneak some chicken, right? We'll go to Sneaky Pete's. And then they go there, and that's when the kidney comes in. And the wife's like, this is why I told you we should have aborted her. And then the 6-year-old daughter's like, what's an abortion, Daddy? And he's like, really, bitch, I got to deal with this today. I'm dying on top of it, and I got to explain death to my 6. Anyway, yeah, you get it.
By the way, I think that one part you pitched should be the commercial for Sneaky Chicken. It's like they're in the hospital. It's like, we got to sneak out for some chicken. And they see him like this, and they walk in, and they throw their cell phones in the thing.
They're using
like,
his fucking IV to belay
when you
down
don't
the
have
window.
a care in the world or one kidney. So my problem with this is not the idea. I like the idea of it. But two things. One, just on Wednesdays is weird, which means Wednesday's a slow day. And how can we get people to come in? We'll let you save 10%. It's the same as kids eat free if they're under 7 at Denny's, whatever, from this time to that time. Like you're pinpointing when people come. If you come in when no one's here, we know you got your kid with you. As long as you buy a Moons over by Hammy, we'll let your kid have those 5 fries they're not really going to eat. And we're fine with that. You know what I mean? That's kind of how they always do that because they're not going to lose any money on it. But when doing this thing here, you're saying A, only Wednesdays, and then B, go ahead, Bob.
Just, it's a guy and a wife, and they're like, go up to the restaurant, and the guy's like, he had like a table for 2 adults and 1 kid under 7. And the like waitress is like, I don't see anyone, and his wife's like got her hands on her face, and he's like, that's right, you stupid bitch, because you couldn't quit drinking. So I guess it is just 2 adults. And the one's for the ghost of our child.
It just reminded me of that Daniel Tosh joke with the speed bump.
Natalie.
Every time they hit the speed bump, it reminds the family of their fucking child. Tosh is going to be at fucking, at Mohegan Sun real soon. I was like, fuck. I think I'm there that weekend. Anyway, hopefully I can find a way to see that. No, I'm there, but not.
A guy who's dating a porn star, and he gets to the restaurant, and he's real insecure because she's been with a bunch of studs. And he sees the menu for 7 and under. He's like, really? You put that there to humiliate me, just to remind me? Everywhere we go.
Now, I think the point of it is, A, to get people to have conversation, right? But more, I think also it's probably someone trying to teach like a lesson. But the problem with it is you're teaching, I don't know. To me, if you're telling me this as an adult, I'm like, oh, okay, it's 10%, whatever. It's an incentive to go out with money being tight in the world and all that, whatever. It's fine. But also, you have to have conversation. That's great. Go ahead, Bobby.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
What if we have, I can't do a Jewish accent, but what if we have more than one phone? We bring a fake phone and put it in the case, and then we keep doing business on the side.
Or do we get extra 10% for every phone we put in? Hey there, Mr. Man. I got 3 phones in this cage. That's 30% off of my bill.
Thanks,
Or
Dave.
just the guy who's fucking the shit out of many women, and he's cheating on his wife. And he's got like all these burner phones. So he's just filling the cage with like 20. Like, what are all those? Like, yeah, it's for my Beepa business. Like, okay, sure.
His wife's like, are you cheating on me? It's like, what day of the week is it? Wednesday. Thank God, we're going to Sneaky's.
By the way, Dave, everything's better now. We're happy on the show. The fact that you took that one for the team Bobby's like, I don't do a Jewish accent. And you didn't even say, I do. You just did it.
Yeah, you just picked up the ball and ran.
Oh, I've been waiting. I can't wait till later when Bobby's like, so this retarded kid goes.
I'm just waiting for someone to say retarded Jew, and then I'm going to shine, baby.
Just bat flip your whole set.
By the way, Dave, we just got canceled because shine baby is a racist term.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Bobby's face. Pretend like he doesn't know what that meant.
Nope, I got there eventually.
I think you've been open for Gino that long and you don't know shine baby. Anyway, so my problem with this whole thing is you're trying to teach younger people a lesson about putting their phones. That's what this is about. Families going out. That's what the restaurant's trying to do. But if I was a kid, I know my first thought would be, I can't wait till I'm not poor like my parents, so I don't have to go here on 10% off night and I can be on my phone. So all you're really learning is poor people suck and they have to talk to each other. And when you're rich, you don't need to talk to anyone. You can be on your phone.
No,
They're trying to teach you.
Go ahead, Dave.
They're trying to teach you to have a nice family moment, but all they're teaching you is how to have a fucking argument in a restaurant.
Bobby?
They're teaching the importance of monetizing family time. That's really the lesson they're teaching kids, right? These are the kids who then, like, 10 years down the road are like, hey, man, haven't seen you in a while. Let's catch up for some food. Hey, how's life? You want to get into some business? I have this great business you could make while not really doing anything at all. You know those goods you buy right now, Dave? What if I told you could make money just buying them through your own website?
What?
You, and then you get 3 friends, and they do the same thing. Like, that's what this becomes. That's the loss of, like, the importance of family time. Like, you know what would be a lot more powerful, and I know you can relate to this, Pat, and probably Dave, than this cell phone game to get me to stay off my cell phone if I was a kid? One sharp look from my mom.
Yeah.
Like, if I was on my phone and it was bothering, like, my grandpa or something, I'd get one look and it would be like, time to put the phone away. And you would just do it. You know what I mean? It's more about teaching the respect, not about, oh, we're playing the stupid game so you act like a normal human being.
I really thought when you were talking about monetizing family time, you're going to be like, and next thing you know, your son's out in the corner just charging nickels for hugs.
Oh, we could take it a step further. Then I'm like, God damn, why does my wife, your stepmother, keep getting stuck everywhere?
Hey,
Stop
Dave,
putting your dick in your stepmom.
Dave,
That's not how you get her unstuck.
I don't do the accent, but the retarded Jewish boy is going to be going to get nickel hugs outside.
That's like the best thing ever for him. Now I get 2 things I like.
Wait, no, he gets nickels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was paying.
No.
That's a terrible business model, Pat.
He's retarded. I thought that was the point of the bit. I thought a retarded Jew did things wrong. Like a Jew would have good business sense, but a retarded Jew would pay. Wasn't that the bit?
Oh,
It's so
Pat,
much sadder if he's paying people to hug him.
He's a Jewish retard.
He's pulling out teeth. Too fair, come. I get more hug.
Yeah. He's not right. By the way, I think the funniest part of this, and then we'll ask who the piece of shit is in the story doing this, is that what Bobby, what you said, I thought of. Like, you're teaching family values, but look who's teaching it. Restaurant owners who are never around their family. The only way they ever see their kids, they make them wash dishes. And they're like, we need better values from the people in here. I've ignored my family forever so I can make the best falafel in town. Because my son's growth isn't important, but this tzatziki sauce is. It's like, fuck you.
And who decided that the family value was to sit around and talk? You know? Like, family time could be
Everyone
martial
thinks
arts
that.
training.
Oh.
well.
This is a Chinese takeout.
I'm just saying, like, even the people who are like, and every week, every meal, we turn off our phones at home and I have a nice cooked meal. It's like, you're just doing what society told you to do. So you're just basically the cow following the herd, being like, oh, no, I'm moving freely, but you're just going wherever the herd goes.
Well, how about if you got a kid that's good at math? Like, if the average bill at Sneaky Pete's is $35 and he's like, here's $6, that's twice, there's 20% to leave me the fuck alone. How about that?
I jerked the waiter off for it in the bathroom. That's why they call it Sneakies. There's a basement
you guys
here.
are both aware.
Turns out they nailed the pizza shop, just wrong location. It was right there in front of us. Sneakies. They weren't even trying to hide it.
I think he's got to make it clear that this place is not called Sneaky Pete's. That was a TV show with Giovanni Ribisi. This restaurant's in Wyoming. Which I think there's more family values like in Wyoming anyway. It's just called Sneaky's, not Sneaky Pete's.
Chicken?
Sneaky's chicken. So who's the piece of shit in the story? Is it Sneaky's Chicken for doing this weird 10% off if you give us your phone and we'll knock 10% off? And what do they do? Like, I don't even know. Like, do they really monitor? I know it's in a little cage thing, but like,
do they the Chinese? They're like, we give you a box. You tell people put phone in it. We get the data.
Put it in this bowl of rice. My phone's fine though. Like, I didn't fall in water or nothing. But is it Sneaky Pete's? See, God fucking do it. Is it Sneaky Chicken for doing this? Is it the families that are only going there because they're saving? They're telling their kids, we're gonna fucking talk, and you're gonna fucking like, or worse, they're like, the kid's like, hey Dad, you want to hear about my day? I don't have to now. I only listen to your day when I save 10%. Let's go to Sneaky's Chicken so I can save 10%, which isn't a lot. If you got like 5 or 6 people there sitting, the kids are eating it. It's not really. I'm not saying you can give much more. It's something, but it's a weird incentive. Or is it whoever is the cook there? Because obviously, most chicken places don't really need incentive. If you hear a lot of other restaurants do, usually a chicken joint is good, known for its chicken, and you just go there. To make me have to go to Sneaky's Chicken by saving 10% and giving up my phone, I know it's Wednesday, but make better chicken. Who's the piece of shit? Bobby, go first.
What about wing night?
See, I'm not considering wing night is like a bar usually. Wing night's not usually a restaurant.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
You know what I mean? It's usually you're doing
mean,
that so they'll drink more.
I guess I grew up in a white trash enough area where our restaurants were the bars. They said like a roped off section for the high schoolers.
Our restaurants once a week would serve food.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, but like there usually wasn't like if you were 10 years old, there wasn't an offer of 10-cent wings for you. You know what I mean? Like that's usually a bar food thing. Happy hour more than happy hour is a different story. You're not saving 10%. They're just like they just know that if you think you're only spending $10 at first, once you get blackout drunk, you'll spend 83.
The best promo like that, I'll tell you real quick, and then I'll do my piece of shit. I ever saw was a bar. They would rotate every 5 minutes what the dollar drink was. Nobody remembered. Awesome. They all just spent way more money. You know what I mean? Like it was a brilliant scheme. But the piece of shit's anybody who goes to Sneaky's Chicken. Hey Dave, pretend you're my dad and try to get me to go to Sneaky's Chicken.
Hey son, how'd you like to have some delicious Sneaky's Chicken?
I wouldn't. You know it's just rat. That's why they call it Sneaky Chicken. They can't legally serve you rat. Nobody'd go to a place called Rats. Why are you going to Sneaky Chicken? You live in Wyoming. You have your own meat birds. You're afraid of the government. This is just them getting your phone for a half hour. You're getting fucking spied on. That's who the piece of shit is.
This is what I get for touching you when you were little.
Well, that's why we had to move to Wyoming.
Can we cut scene, please?
You were involved there, Pat. You were the waiter. You're supposed to come by and be like, I'll have what the dad's having. That boy cock. Like at the restaurant.
I'm walking out the second the guy goes, and that's why. It full out admits he used to touch him, but and also weirdly says like, not now. Now you're gross. You're not hot anymore.
Yeah. Back when you were...
So Bobby, besides you and Dave, who's the piece of shit in this story?
It's anyone who's like, I wasn't going to go to Sneaky's Chicken, but I will to save the 10%.
Yeah. Dave?
The piece of shit who I hope exists is the person who could go there with his family once and make it so awful that no one ever wants to go again.
That would be my goal. If my family, we had 6 kids in it, my goal would be to make sure we never, it actually was 6 kids and 2 adults, you would have saved decent money. I still would have made it like, on my cell phone, it would have been a note that said help. So when you put it in the by the way, it's a bot. It's a clear bot. It's like a cage that you can see your phones in, but you can't get to until they lock it. So you like slip it like a voting thing, but like you can see like you can't get the phone out, but until they unlock it. So like you're staring at your phone, like it's buzzing.
Oh, I'd love to be the piece of shit who knows that everybody's going to that and then constantly texts everybody while they can see it but can't answer.
You just see a call. He's like, "You stupid bitch! That was Hollywood. That was my one fucking shot. Have you heard of the Howard Stern show? I could have been the next Baba Booey."
Okay, I premise this by saying don't do this, and I premise it by saying I don't know why I thought of this, but it's Wyoming, so I'm guessing it's a small town. If we do this, sounds like a small town thing. I'm guessing everyone's going to go out the first couple times. They're like, let's all support Sneakies. Like Sneaky was probably the name of the running back for their local team. You know, it's Sneaky's Chicken. He was a tiny little white guy that was faster than you thought he was.
Nope.
Some dumb shit.
That's not how you get the name Sneaky in Wyoming.
I know, but let it go. Let me get it. I know who Sneaky is. Sneaky Gonzalez. So,
I tell you what, when you played them at night, ooh.
Oh, I thought you meant Hispanic. Oh, it's me, Sneaky. It's my chicken. But so what I'm saying is, okay, so all the families are there. Most of them are. There's gonna be like some families where like they can't go because the parents are working a different shift and the kids are left all alone. There's no one to answer an Amber Alert if all your phones are locked up in cages. All I'm saying, if you're gonna sneak a kid, do it on Sneaky Chicken 10% off night.
Two great ideas. That's a brilliant one. Another one, take it a step further. Just bring a gun.
Send it.
Nobody's calling 911.
Text all the parents. I hope your 10% savings was worth it. You'll never see her again.
They're like, well, we're Catholic and we don't really want her anyway, so have fun. It's a win-win. Thanks, Sneaky's Chicken. 10% and I'm child free.
We are definitely coming back next week.
Thanks to Sneaky's, we're dinks again.
What's dink?
Dual income, no kids.
No kids.
Wait, why'd you both know that?
We both have gay friends.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Thank God I don't have those.
But the super practical option, just pickpocket the waiter who has the key and steal the key. So they can't get their phones out.
Phone back.
I'm guessing you can just take the top off. I'm guessing Sneaky's doesn't have like a great security service.
Or wouldn't that be great if they did? All the waiters have a gun. Like, nah.
Yeah, there's just one cowboy.
Not until the check drops, buddy.
You put that lid back the fuck on. I'm your Huckleberry.
You know what the piece of shit this story is? And I'm hoping he exists. It's the guy who takes his family out only on Wednesdays to Sneaky Chicken night and doesn't get the 10%. And then just looks at the other tables and goes, poor. You're poor. My kids are playing games on their phone. I'm getting a moment of silence. They're eating. This is heaven. You have to talk to your dopey wife to save 10% right now. You fucking lose. Poor. He just keeps doing that. I would go every Wednesday and gladly pay full price so everyone's happy on their phones. We only use our phones at Sneaky's Chicken. I would take their phone away for the rest of the week, and we only get it while we eat dinner and then not pay the 10%.
I want to change my answer. I want the piece of shit to be the guy who takes his whole family there and is the last to put his phone in and then just doesn't. So fuck them, and he's having a great night.
Damn it, Pete. You tell us how you kept a mobile unit of backup child pornography at all times. And he's just smiling. Well, cowboy, I did have them put their phones in the box. Why don't you check your phone? I hear you like Sneaky Chicken. I'm a little sneaky. We snuck some child pornography on your phone while you were in there, Mr. Officer. Now you tell me who's the criminal.
I like that Sneaky Chicken Pete, whatever his name is, says, I'm a little sneaky. Like, we know.
He winks at the camera. He keeps breaking fourth wall in the movie. And they're like, God damn it, no. What are you doing? That's not the line. Where do you keep coming up with this chicken place?
got a baseball jersey that says sneaky on the back, and it just his number is 10%. It's like, dude, we got it. Percent's not even a number. Oh, fucking Jesus. I want to go. Bobby, let's get a gig in Wyoming just so we can go there and be on our phones and do Instagram on Wednesday nights. Just pictures of ourselves. Yeah, this is great. I love
kids in with
You want to save money? No, I actually want to spend more. Can you charge me 110% for this meal just so I can be on the phone more? Bobby, do you got any dumb stuff? I mean, wonderful things. I'm sorry.
So if I don't put my phone in the box and I pay 10% more, I can have my balls out the whole time? That's what you're telling me? Just no, it doesn't say that. It doesn't not say that, though. I give you a little 10%, I keep my balls out, huh? Nobody's going to take pictures.
Let's split the difference, 5% and 1.
Poking through the jeans.
I want the job of the bus boy who also is in charge of making sure no one goes on their phone. So, like, some guy has a second phone and he's staring down. He runs over, he slaps him. He goes, they get no discount. He's throwing flags like a stupid soccer ref. Oh, that'd be amazing.
He whips it out of your hand.
Yeah, Bobby, because if you have nothing, we can go right to the next one with that picture I sent you.
I have it ready to go. That's what I was pulling up, and I kind of anticipated that.
All right. Do you need me to let you share or no? Not for this one, right? You're good. I did anyway, but okay.
Do you want me to share?
So, what?
Tell me when you want me to share.
Oh no, I don't care if we see it.
Oh, okay. I got you. Then we're good.
All right, cool. This story is Queen Elizabeth has eaten the same thing every day since childhood, reveals her private chef. Now, before we go any further with this story, I did share this on Facebook. The audience is seeing this now, but for Dave, there's a picture at the headline has that, then a picture of a young Queen Elizabeth sitting there with food in front of her. And then there was a bunch of comments underneath from the New York Post. And one person put the greatest comment I have ever seen. I mean, it just made my day. Because here, there, everyone's like, oh, that's great. Me too. And the guy wrote, my lizard eats the same food every day too. So whoever you are, Mike Shivas, you are my hero. I appreciate you. If you were at a restaurant, I would pay 10% of your bill and you could stay on your phone. So the story goes, I didn't read any of this. I would like to know, I think before I read the story, let's all guess. What do we think Queen Elizabeth has eaten at every meal, or at least once a day, every day since she was a child? Bobby?
Pussy. I think that's his way of saying she's a lesbian. She eats the same meal every day.
Since childhood?
Since childhood.
You can't eat kid pussy even if you're a kid. I don't think you
Diana
can.
refused to let her eat the pussy. That's why they killed her in the car accident. I don't know what this accent is, but I don't like it. Wish I was as good at impressions as Dave.
Dave, quick. Retarded Jew eating pussy. No, don't.
Oy vey.
So, okay, besides pussy, if we're going to make it actual food, what is it?
She's in England, right?
Yeah. Remember, she's eaten this every day since childhood.
And it's an actual food. It's not tea.
I have not read any farther, but it says has eaten same thing every day. Her private chef is the one revealing this.
Lox.
Okay. Dave?
I think that's her thing.
Like the chef's child's favorite meal right in front of the kid.
What is it?
Just
Like
whatever he.
She's 100, but she's also 100.
Whatever the chef made for his daughter, that's what the queen is eating right in front of the daughter.
It's cake. Because they're supposed to eat cake. Nope, wrong country. My bad.
Wrong country.
Wrong country.
It also didn't mean that. But I was thinking ice cream at first. I figured that was like an old lady thing. But now I'm thinking.
Like, they call them biscuits.
Yeah, crumpets.
No, the cookies. They call them biscuits.
I already said that, and you said, "Give me a real answer."
No, you said pussy.
Oh, I thought we were saying the same thing. Is that what that means?
You can't hear me because Dave has talked over every punchline that we've done so far.
She ate my crumpets. Isn't that the same thing as
biscuits?
I said it might be ice cream, and then Dave kept saying the word fucking biscuit 37 times. And I said ice cream. Biscuits are not ice cream.
Biscuits are cookies over there.
No one said cookie.
I just did.
I'm talking.
She did it all
You were
for the
done.
biscuit.
You said the child's stupid thing. It didn't make sense because that child's dead. Everyone died but Queen Elizabeth during this whole time. You know how old she is?
Yeah, that was
childhood. God damn. Oh, and it's written by this bitch, Samantha Abraham. Always writes dumb shit.
I don't know who that
Okay.
is.
Well, Bobby does because we read her shit all the time. These royal afternoon tea delights are just a chef's kiss. And they put kiss in parentheses. Oh, no. Don't be a Hershey. God damn it. Queen Elizabeth II's former private chef, Darren McGrady, has spilled the tea on the monarch's favorite meal for a mid-afternoon siesta. And apparently, it's the same thing she's been eating since childhood. McGrady worked for the 96-year-old royal for about 15 years, revealed the food she had eaten almost every day since she was a little girl. Well, how would he know?
Legally prescribed 30 milligram Oxycontin.
Man, they're taking a long time to get to this. The Cook 62 claimed on a YouTube channel that resurfaced that the royal loved to munch on jam sandwiches during high tea time. Every day that bitch eats this jam sandwich.
Like Paddington Bear.
Every fucking day she eats carbs up on a fucking jam sandwich. What a boring bitch. I'm so happy that they're not real. The queens and stuff. Like, they're just real people running countries. They're just fake. They're just Ronald McDonald's of England. That's all those people are.
To be fair, that she's so inbred that may be all her stomach can handle.
Well, she's having it with other shit.
Did you know that's where cologne came from, Dave?
Jam sandwich?
Jam sandwiches?
No, monarchies. Right?
No,
Because
I
you want to
didn't
keep
know that.
you want to keep your blood pure, right? So you have natural pheromones that you're giving off, and in order to be as genetically diverse as possible, you want to mate with somebody as genetically unique to you as possible, right? Like, your ideal would probably be someone from around the equator, just given the
Oh, yeah.
phenotype you're presenting. But if you're going to fuck your sister, your pheromones are going to smell the same as hers. So you're not going to want to do that. You're not going to be able to get hard. But if she has some perfume and smells like flowers, not like her sweat and sex organs, you're going to be able to get turned on, fuck your sister, and continue the bloodline.
Why do you know that?
That's fascinating.
It's Egyptian
How do you
history.
know that? No,
It-
it's not fascinating.
It's
Yeah,
Egyptian history.
If the one thing that's stopping you from fucking your sister is the scent, you're a psychopath.
Yeah.
I don't care what she smells like. She's my sister. You don't fuck her.
Yeah, that's what makes you a psychopath. Not being like, I run the entire wealth of all humanity just because of who I was born into. You are my peasant because of where I was born. That's
That
where you start
part's
questioning
fine.
things. But that's my
That
point.
part's fine.
But my point
Jam
is,
sandwich and jamming your sandwich into your sister is wrong.
your whole life, you're like told, hey, you're the best. You're the best. And they're like, hey, and you got to fuck your sister. You're like, wait a second, what? And they're like, well, if you don't, all that other stuff goes away. It's like, all right, well, give me the perfume.
I like that every day someone goes over and goes, you're the best. and there's got to be a catch-22. You got to fuck your sister. Am I still the best?
Every day? Just once or
Well,
twice. Till she.
Will you say that while I fuck her? If you're here, then I don't care what I don't care what kind of brute she's wearing. I'll be fine.
You're fucking your sister and your dad's in the background going, you're the best. You're the best.
No
I'm
one's ever
so-
gonna let you down. You're the best.
I'm so proud of you, Pat. You fuck like a royal stud. It must run in the family.
Hey, they're just doing the wave. All the fucking, they make all the grounds crew come in there and watch them fuck. You're the best. Another one bites and does, like, when he's done, he just blows all over. Best. The queen. I did not think that this story. I was like, I'll do one lighthearted story.
I would have thought
was
for
like-
certain she ate jelly sandwiches every day for lunch.
Jam is more royal.
Jam don't shake like that.
I just feel like,
They
jelly's a
don't
little
have
better.
jelly over there.
Yeah. What is he, a commoner? Old jam. Preserves.
She's the Freddie Mercury of England.
Just jelly seems more royal than jam. I don't know.
No, I think it's his term, but jam. No, jam is definitely more royal and more rich because of its
Yeah.
jelly has got a lot more sugars and the way it's preserved and all that. And I know that as a child, because I'm old, there was commercials for Palander's All Fruit.
Oh, yeah. Please
Palander's
don't
All
pass
Fruit.
it, Jerry.
Yep, there's a country guy at a table. Imagine if Dave let me set something up and tell a joke.
Oh, my God. That would be nice.
Go look up your Planters All Fruit and find it for yourself. But there's a bunch of rich people at a table, and there's a country bumpkin there, and he goes, "Please pass the jelly," and motherfuckers start passing out because you don't call it that. We have Planters All Fruit. That was a commercial to say this is fancy jelly like queens would eat. Who knew that someone must have leaked it? This bitch eats jam sandwiches every night.
I just was trying to set up a jam my cock in your ass joke. That's
figured,
all I was doing the whole time. It never got
That's
there.
why
though.
I went with the jam don't shake like that, thinking you may go there.
I was waiting to see but it worked out.
Did it? The queen was served jam pennies. What?
What?
I guess that's a name for it. The English talk so stupid. In the nursery as a little girl.
Bet you the
She had them
retarded Jew would hate that. What? She got what?
This is the luckiest sandwich I ever had. And I'm pooping with interest.
With interest. You're an idiot, but you made your way back. You've recovered twice. Pooping with interest. Sounds like a book Oprah Winfrey would review.
This is what Dwayne Wade must have felt like playing with Shaq. Sometimes you just throw the alley-oop and it's amazing, and you're just waiting for it. The other time, he's just like, "Get out of the fucking way, Shaq." Man, I needed this laugh. Thank you, Dave.
Thanks for being a tremendous retard, Dave.
Glad to help.
With interest might be the line of the episode. Because he still knows what interest is.
Yes, that's what I like about it.
We got to be figured the Jew has got to be strong.
I'm still Jewish.
Guy gets it.
You got to be strong to pass a penny.
Oh,
That's great. It goes in with jelly, but it comes out just a penny. It's like it's even better. I'm a cleaning system.
Thought it was a jelly, but it jammed my asshole with pennies.
Like that.
Oh, man, we got them all in, too.
When the Queen spends time in Balmoral Castle in Scotland, fresh strawberries are picked from the garden and used for the jelly spread. Oh, they must hate when she gets there. We got to mash strawberries. Retards coming. We got to feed her goober sandwiches. So can't she eat real food? Nope, she's a dumb baby.
No, Pet, they just tell her they do that. She's so old, she can't tell the fucking difference.
We're just mashing the jam now.
She's had a J-tube for the past 30 years. She doesn't eat solid food.
We learn what the penny is. Butter and jam. That's all it is. Make up this delicacy and are cut into small circles the size of an old British penny. As for the scones topped with sweet jelly, she also loves a fan. She's also a fan of adding clotted cream to it. So she's not just having a jam, she's having a fucking full-on dessert every time this bitch eats.
Well, how big was an old British penny? Because she's got to eat like 1,000 of those. If they're that's a pain in the ass to make a sandwich the size of a penny.
Well, I'm sure they're making a whole bunch and giving her one every meal.
My lord, the Queen's eating a whole dollar.
The Queen here, you idiot. Ain't it Queen?
You spy, you Yankee spy. You've caught me. I'm Sneaky Pete from Wyoming.
Sneaky Pete's over by the toilet grabbing 10% of all the pennies out of there when she's done. It's like, It's me, Sneaky Pete, and me, Retarded Dan, and we have interests. Retarded Dan Mintz from earlier. The Queen was always jam first. He said in a separate video, the jam went on, followed by a delicious, sweet, clotted cream. She had a way. She's like, you can't put the cream on first. Jam first.
Jam it first, then the cream.
Stupid bitch. The Queen would eat strawberries 3 or 4 nights a week if they were in that season. He noted, joking that anyone who tried to give her out-of-season berries would be off with their head. I don't think that's funny. This strawberry seemed like he might have turned. Bring that boy in here. And they chop his head off. And then they just put cream on his neck and a little bit of jam, and she licks that off. I made that part. Bobby looked. I'm like, that's not real.
I just thought she was circumcising people who brought her out of seasoned fruit.
That'd be awesome. Off with your cock. What if a retarded Jewish person was the one who had to announce that?
Oh, God, we're getting gay. One of us is going to have a slight touch of fame, and they're just going to find this episode, and so many different groups are going to come after us. We're going to try to emigrate to England, and even they're going to be like, nah, we're good.
Bobby,
you like your perfume jokes now, Rob? How's your bloody perfume now?
Now I'll never be knighted.
He also divulged a few of the recipes that the royals had for afternoon tea, such as gin. That is not tea. In her process for making the perfect cucumber sandwich.
The first thing you want to do is scare the boys. Then you kill them. That's how you get the adrenochrome fresh. Sorry, Brandon triggered me on that one. He used his psychic powers. His voice came out of my mouth. I don't know. It didn't feel sanitary.
It seems so right. I can see you in a skirt right now doing it. The palace would not comment on the queen's sandwich preferences of the Associated Press. It's no secret that the queen is a lover of gin, he said. And then that's all he said. I thought there was more to that. That's all that fucking guy said. She loves gin. Next. Then it goes on to the other shit she eats. She likes lemons. She eats a flower.
What?
It's called a barrage. It's a star flower. She puts it on her cucumber sandwiches.
The fuck is that?
I just fucking told you.
No, I gotta look it up.
What's it really, though, is what we're asking.
He spreads spearmint-enhanced cream cheese on both sides of bread and then layers the cucumber slices.
Spearmint enhanced?
Yeah, that sounds nasty.
Leaving it
that sounds like gum
minty
cheese.
fresh. Yeah, what the fuck?
Fuck your gum cheese. And they get the gum cheese and it got that. We got to eat it, the gum cheese.
That's the kind of thing you come up with when you're so powerful people can't tell you no.
But
like, well, we did all this incest. That's about as disgusting as we could think of. Well, have we tried spearmint cheese? Because let's keep our options open.
Well, Bobby, I think we nailed something, though, because adding the Jewish person in cream cheese tells me that somebody was there. All right. And okay. So who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it Queen Elizabeth for eating dumb sandwiches every day and being a moron? Is it the chef who leaked this? First of all, it started off by saying same thing her whole life. Now, other people had to tell him because he's only 62. He only worked for her for 15 years, and she is almost 100. So he doesn't 100% know that's all she's eating. But listen, he's heard the stories, whatever. No one else was supposed to say this. He's leaking the shit out on his YouTube channel. Who is he a piece of shit? Are the people that are watching this guy who used to be the chef for the Queen's YouTube channel pieces of shit? Why? You can't find our channel, but you can find that one? Fuck you. Is it the people that are telling them they're the best when they have sex? I don't think that was part of the story, but I've meshed it in with the part I read. Or is it the reporter because this isn't news? I can't make that clear enough. I am so tired of the New York Post having news, and the news is, hey, that lady we kind of see on TV sometimes likes sandwiches. That's not news. Who's the piece of shit? Dave, go first.
It's definitely the news for pieces of shit. We kicked their ass. We're not their colony anymore. We shouldn't care what they do. I don't need updates on what they eat.
We love them, though. We watch their weddings and shit.
Same pieces of shit. Same piece of shit who watched the wedding are the pieces of shit who are reading this article.
I
guess we did fight a war, so we didn't have to care about that shit, right?
Right. So we're kind of pieces of shit for talking about it.
And then we sent one of ours in to destroy it from within, right? That Meghan Markle chick.
I like her.
She's like, well, Washington had like a long line of women spies in the Revolutionary War that they still believe continues today. That's obviously what she was. Final attempt at destroying the monarchy. The ultimate mission.
Horseshit. That's horseshit because there's been centuries of inbreeding, and we started that. We would have gotten them back on that page. First, they got out of it with Diana and actually got some new blood so that the bloodline wouldn't implode. And then we send someone over to do the same. That's bullshit. That's ally behavior, not try and conquer them behavior.
You got to understand the plan came when Washington was in charge. And what would be the one way to truly ruin a bloodline, in his opinion, Dave? Yeah, the founding fathers were racist.
There will be a day where one will come.
Like, I don't think
one
this
so
is gonna
fine, the prince of a prince cannot turn it down.
Wow, I knew he was a forward-thinking man, but just to think at one point it would be legal for them to marry.
The best part is it still got one of them. That one of them was still racist enough that he was like, no!
Dave, to be clear, he didn't say marry, he said purchase, but it changed. They're like there's prophets that have been seeing this for years. There will be a black woman named Megan. They're like, that's not a thing. There'll be several then. There'll be stallions. There'll be Margles. But before that, there was never black Megans. In the year 2022, when black Megans take over the world. Bobby, who's a piece of shit, I guess.
It's us. It's us. It was clearly a clickbait article by the fact that it took 3 paragraphs to get to the big reveal from the headline. But we went with it anyway, and we made the most of it. And that's what America's about, right? The British would have given up, been like, sell some slaves or something. I don't know. That's kind of their move.
That's why we're pieces of shit? Not because of the incest retard scenario that we built into this story about sandwiches?
I mean, that's kind of on the monarchy, right? That's what they do.
By the way, for you people out there right now thinking, this is great, but I'm a baller on a budget. I got to save money. If you go to Sneaky's Chicken right now, if you're watching this on a Wednesday, and while you're there, right when you're about to go in there, the last thing you do on your phone is you buy Silk City hot sauce and use our promo code. Collectively, you can save 25%.
That's a pretty fucking good deal.
You take that Sneaky's Chicken though, because you know it tastes like ass. It's Wyoming chicken, and you pour that sweet, sweet sauce. You're getting some Ehrenberg, badass Jew sauce on there, and then you'll feel like you've got pennies coming out of your ass like a retard from England. You know what I mean?
And Jeff, if you need a commercial, picture this: a Jewish guy, little intellectual
I don't think
disability.
Jeff ever thinks he needs a commercial from us.
Little intellectual disability, right? He drinks the badass Jew. It's like Popeye and the spinach.
Man, I got chicken in a garbage can.
2.8% compounded continuously.
Say pheromones give something. I save 10% because I'm Popeye the chicken man. I'm gonna learn about pheromones today.
He can't do it. He has to get his phone and then he chugs the sauce. He's like, I'm okay.
Are you? Are you okay? This has been long, but we got one more story in us.
Sure.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Because this kind of ties into earlier we were talking about when you guys said the whole, what was the dink?
Dual income, no kids.
Yeah.
Right. This is different than that. I left my dream husband, house, and job. Now I'm gay, happy, and traveling. By Emily Lefroy. Because I'm going to make sure I say a name. Because once again, not news. I got to make this clear. It's from the New York Post. There's no way, I don't care what happens in this story. Leaving your husband and saying you're gay is not news. It just happens all the time. By the way, I did read this one through, and I want your guys' opinion on a certain person. We only choose the POS. We might choose hero of the day, and I've never done that before in this story. A woman who left her husband and now lives out of a suitcase has revealed she's never been happier after embracing her sexuality and choosing what makes her happy at 35. Lauren Burgess, now 37, says she was content with her life until she started experiencing anxiety in April 2018. breaking out in hives due to stress, which led her to seek therapy. It wasn't until Burgess, who works as a business coach in California, which I don't even know what that means, started seeking a therapist that she began to work out of her sexuality and realized she was a lesbian. I had the dream, husband, house, dog, and career, but I started to realize something that wasn't right. I saw people on social media talking openly about their sexuality, and something started to twig, which I don't know. Is that a term? Twig? Twig Notaro from earlier.
Damn, you beat me to it.
That should be, if she got anorexic, they called her Twig Notaro. That'd be great. Maybe you lost 30 pounds, Twig. So how about that? I went traveling in my van for a couple of weeks and it all clicked. I realized I was gay. Burgess said she experimented with women in college.
No, she said she wasn't happy. That's why she went in the van.
She went in the van because her and her husband were supposed to go on a vacation together. And he's like, nah. And she goes, I'm going to go anyways. All right. And then she's like, I'm gay now. It was just a bit of fun back then, she said, saying she didn't think anything of it until COVID hit in 2020. She found herself slipping into depression. I could hardly get out of bed, she recalled. My now ex-husband, Matt, and I started having marriage therapy, and we discussed traveling. But all of a sudden, he changed his mind and had the confidence to tell me that it wasn't what he wanted. I don't want to go on a trip with you. I like to see like he had the confidence.
Well, I don't want dick anymore, so balls in your court.
Well, the balls have to be in your court because I don't want balls either. Burgess said she went traveling anyway, buying a van on Craigslist and embarking on an adventure for a few weeks, which is when things started to make sense. I've been seeing a lot of people on social media. They're the same thing. I realized I was gay. Burgess came home and spoke to her husband about getting a divorce. Telling Matt was really hard, but he was supportive. You know,
he hated this bitch.
Yeah, right?
I'm starting to get there. She said, admitting she felt selfish at the time. But now I'm living my dream life, traveling the world. They show pictures of her smiling and alone as fuck. The pair separated in February 2021, and Burgess packed up her belongings and her golden doodle Ted. And when traveling along the West Coast, that's the name of her vibrator, Golden Doodle Ted. Ending up in Joshua Tree, California.
Ending up elbow deep in cunt.
By the way, the second book we've put that today, Oprah Winfrey, after our first book. Elbow deep in cunt. The Jim Jeffries story. She then took her traveling a step further in June 2022 and traveled to Europe, leaving Ted with Matt. So Matt gets the dog now too. It's been amazing to explore Europe. I've been to loads of cities like Copenhagen, Amsterdam, and now I'm in Lisbon. Lisbon. Burgess described her ex as an amazing person and says she still cares a lot for him. It's been really hard, but I had to follow my dreams. I thought I was living the life of my dreams before, but now I really am. He's been beyond supportive. He hates her.
So much.
Yeah.
So much.
I think I want you back. No, you don't. You love box. Remember, you hate dick now.
Remember what the therapist said, the one I'm paying.
The rapist.
Who's the piece of shit in this story? Isn't the person who wrote this, because
Oh, God.
say it with me. This is not news. A lady's gay is not news. If this was in the same time as when George Washington came up with that plan earlier, it would be news. Gay lady, burner. No, every lady's gay now.
Or if you
But,
had a video documentation of the whole experience, then maybe it'd be news. You know, like if it was a documentary about the whole experience with lots of X-rated scenes.
Wait, go look her up. You're not gonna want. It'd be a very boring video. You'd rather watch the Tigger Doodle, whatever the dog's name was, run around.
Okay, timeout. Flag on the play. Red challenge flag has been thrown. I'm not sure what you said there, but I do not like it.
I said Tigger Doodle. I combined Tig Taro and then the dog.
No. Just no. Oh
You know
God.
what? We're done. There's no piece of shit. That guy is awesome. The guy
That
is
guy
the greatest
is
guy.
awesome.
How bad do you think that van smelled by like day
Oh my
4?
God. How shitty of a business consultant or business coach, whatever the fuck that is, that she's living in a van now.
Just her job is just 2 ways you can fly.
Do you also transport rotting tuna in this van in your free time? What?
Did you say transport? No, I'm trans.
Oh God.
I'm that stupid. I got hives in 2018, so I better go eat some box now.
Christ.
I'm a lesbian.
Oh, fuck.
Why? Oh no, my husband keeps telling me I am. Oh, dude. And by the way, she's traveling around in a van.
Yep.
So
Living the dream.
yeah, but the lesbian she's getting, that is some fucking ripe. That is her. You think the van smells, dude? It's got more pubic hair on it than your couch if you have 6 dogs. You know what I mean? It's like, Jesus Christ.
Fucking Dave would be more of a lesbian experience than some of the women she's fucking.
Van level lesbians. What does it go? It goes bus, van. What's next?
Shuttle.
Subway.
Subway lesbians.
So there I was in my Mini Coupe, my PT Cruiser.
Mack truck lesbians.
There you go.
PT stands for pussy taking, because that's what I'm doing. The pussy taking cruiser. Do I think she's a piece of shit for fucking finding who she is in life? Absolutely not. Whatever.
No.
I think it's dumb that she thinks she needs to tell this story.
Yep.
This is something, this feels like, and they don't say it here, I'm assuming this woman wrote this on some kind of writing platform on the internet, maybe like on Tumblr or like Medium or something like that. And then there was a slow news day. So this bitch just took that story and wrote an article based, because this feels like one of those, I'm writing a story so people can know, hey, if you're feeling like you're someone else on the inside, go for it. Eat some cunt. Do something fun. You know what I mean? Some women eat jam sandwiches. Some women eat Jane. Like, you do different things. And you can have what you want. By the way, that's a T-shirt. But it's like, so and the guy is definitely not the piece of shit. He's cool as fuck. Listen, in reality, we're making jokes, but in reality, this woman came and said, he's like, I've provided everything. You're saying it, you're calling it the dream, everything. The home, the house. I let you pretend you have a job. You're a business coach. It's not a thing. It's like, it's a joke. Where you coach, you go to Subway and go and make that sandwich. You're not a business coach. He's taking care of everything. He let her take the dog, and then when she's like, I don't want the dog, it keeps licking my butt and my girlfriend's butt when we fuck. And he's like, I'll take the dog. Just go for it. Do whatever. I'm fucking your sister. It's fine. She's not a lesbian. It's great. It's the woman that wrote this article. It's the fucking biggest waste of goddamn time. Yes, if you're empowered, great, but I don't need to read it in the New York Post. There's plenty of places I can go find these stories now. There's so much to write about.
And
maybe about how no one's taking journalism seriously anymore. Maybe write an article about that.
And Real Big
Bobby.
Fish did it way better with their song She Has a Girlfriend Now.
They did, but that was a long time ago. Now she's, oh, goddamn, Bobby, she's going to watch this. I'm going to tag her. She's going to listen to that song and go and write a story based on that song.
I fucking hope so. It'd be the most entertaining thing she ever wrote about.
What? This is great. Who's the piece of shit, Bobby?
Oh, yeah, her 100%.
Emily LaFoy, right?
If
The
you're-
writer?
You don't try to cover Aaron Barrett, right? Like, everybody got so excited when the Disturbed dude did Sounds of Silence. And it's like, no, just leave Simon and Garfunkel alone. You don't mess with the classics. You don't see me over here going to these random AI machines typing in Leonardo da Vinci version of Evel Knievel jumping over Hitler until my account gets banned. You don't see me doing that, okay?
I showed Dave those photos.
Oh, there are so many
Oh my
more
God,
you didn't
I like
see.
him so much.
Yeah, it cost me my account. And I'm really considering writing a plea, but it's her. It's her.
Just so you know, that woman that wrote this, I just clicked her name. So here's the story she's written recently. My newborn is as big as a toddler. It was the worst birth ever. That was one article. The real story behind the viral girl explaining meme. It's hilarious.
It's not.
Blind woman who regained vision says her husband is just as handsome as I imagined.
Just imagine though, if her article.
That's news. That's news.
Just
What's
imagine.
He gonna say? Oh my God, you're terrible looking. Take my eyes back.
When asked for her husband Matt didn't say anything, but I imagine it would have gone something kind of like this. I never thought it would end like this, just because I have no dick. I'll shave my legs. I'll wear a bra. I'll even cut my penis off for you.
We almost got through a whole show without Bobby quoting a song.
She has a girlfriend now. She has a girlfriend.
I got a wellness check.
You can't throw me a real big
bookstore.
fish sloth ball and not expect me to quote it, Pat.
I got a wellness check from my bookstore after a tragic book order. That was an article.
One more time.
On it?
What was it?
Who is this person?
I got Emily with some shit. I got a wellness check from my bookstore after a tragic book order. I don't even really know what that means, but now the fuck, I want to click it now. I don't want to know, but I want to know what the fuck it means.
Was it the bookstore going, holy fuck, see, someone still orders books? Are you okay?
That was right before Grandpa's gone viral. Millions turning into a geriatric TikTok.
You'll never believe what he's doing with these little boys. Grandpa's going viral.
It's a puppet show, but they're the puppet. Hero cat saves owner's life by jumping on her chest during heart attack. Dave, who's the piece of shit? Is it Emily Lefroy or everyone else?
It's definitely Emily Lefroy and all of us for giving her a job, I guess.
I do read their stuff way too much.
Then I'm sorry, man. It's you. You're the problem.
There's no reason to go to any other newspaper. All I do is go on Facebook. I click on their page and I just scroll down for the day and I find all our stories, if it's not my own personal one, from the New York Post every fucking day.
This is terrible.
Dave, where can people follow you? All that fun stuff.
Facebook, Dave Hintz comedian. Dave Hintz comedy.
Not on Instagram. No,
Not on Instagram.
Yep, some other guy got tagged in that one.
Yeah,
at a comedy show. I saw that Dave. I go, he doesn't have Instagram. I told the host guy, and he's like, "Oh, my bad. He just tagged another man,
Perfect.
random man, Dave Hintz." I wish that guy showed up in Boston. Like, what? How much time am I doing? Who are you,
That would have been great.
Bobby?
She found someone who's gonna hold her hand, Pat.
God damn it.
She found someone who's gonna understand. She don't need nobody to be her man. This weekend, Cleveland, maybe Columbus. Come out to the Offend Everybody tour. I'll be there. May get to do some time, may not, but either way, come say hi. It'll be fun.
Awesome.
I'm definitely, hopefully in Cleveland, probably in Columbus. It'll be fun either way. And then Sunday, I will be at Scotty's Comedy Cove. Anthony Quinn's doing his Late Night with Anthony Quinn show. It's a lot of fun. If you're in the area, come check it out. If not, check it out on Facebook. We're live streaming. And then, as always, the Davey Mack Sports Program. We just had Flutzy on. She told me she had a crush on me on this episode. It was pretty great, so I'd check it out.
There you go. Was it a joke?
No, I trapped her.
Oh, nice.
Basically, I was like, I said something that had like a very sexual connotation, and she called me out on it. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm just saying this. Just because you think of me in that light, Flutzy, you got to do some inner research. And she fell for it because she was hammered.
Nice. Good move. I might want to cut out the part where you say someone fell for it because they were hammered. It's the old Cosby.
Out of context, that'd be bad. No, I mean, obviously, it was just virtual.
This whole show out of context.
Yeah.
Brutal.
In context.
Yeah. Great.
Go check out my appearance on Who Are These Podcasts or on their YouTube channel, or you can go listen to it. People are enjoying it. That was a lot of fun. What I got coming up? September 8th through 10th, I will be at Comics Roadhouse at Mohegan Sun, opening up for Tommy Davidson. The weekend after, September 15th through 17th, Dave Stop Smiling. September 15th through 17th, I will be opening up for Amir K at the Off Cabot in Beverly, Massachusetts. October 15th, my birthday. I'm just announcing it now in Derby, Connecticut. I will be performing at a show right in the town next to mine at the Retro Bar. I'll start putting shows on there. If you're in the Valley area at all, come on out. I'll have tickets on Eventbrite very soon. And the next night, October 16th, I'll be headlining Comics Roadhouse at Mohegan Sun. Check that out. A bunch of other dates. September 6th, get on Compound and make sure you're subscribed to Compound Media, because September 6th, I'll be back there again, being on In Hot Water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've told you, and you've responded the same way yesterday. And make sure you get over to the Patreon, support us there, jump on, be part of this thing before it gets so big we get better guests than Dave. Do it. Bobby. Dave, first of all, Dave, thank you so much. By the way, Bobby had another guest lined up, and then he bailed, and then he goes, "Do you think we can get anybody?" And I literally messaged you, and a second later, you're like, "Hell yeah!" And I go back as Bobby's still reading it. I go, "Dave's in." He goes, "That was fucking quick."
That's fucking easy. Yeah, that's brilliant. And if you can't join them, beat them, and don't be a piece of shit.